And if somebody goes to naturalhealthtest.com, will they find your book there too?
They'll see the books. I've written 4 books,
Okay.
but the most recent one is the comprehensive one, the
And it's
Meschino Optimal Living Program, and that one really has, it's the whole story in one book.
And optimal living is the goal.
Yeah, and optimal living is having a highly functional body for as long as you can, and your mind, your brain needs certain nutrients too. I mean, it's sad. You see people working out, if they don't smoke, they didn't drink, and they look after, and their brain and their mind goes. So there are nutrients that the brain needs over your lifetime, and especially after age 55, there's some specific nutrients you should take, even as supplements, that feed the brain the raw materials from which it makes the memory chemical known as acetylcholine. And so at age 55, it makes sense to be adding that to an already healthy diet and getting the omega-3 fats that the brain needs as well.
Okay, a lot of those things, we hear so much about omega-3s, we hear vitamin D, we hear a number of things, and I think people get a little confused about, you know, what's a good vitamin C, what's enough calcium.
Yes.
Can we take a look at some of the things that you think are
Certainly.
Absolutely critical
Yes.
to somebody's well-being? And as you just said, with for the mind, for the brain, after 55 is something. Well, if we use, is 40 a good guideline to start?
Well, it's a great place to put the yardstick in the middle of the field. And that's because the way that nature designs us, and you have to take a step back and really look at this now, that if, you know, nature assumes that if you lived through childhood and you didn't die from a brain tumor, leukemia, cystic fibrosis, some childhood disease, and when you go through puberty and you get a whole new body grows, and an adult body, and you get urges, and all of a sudden people start mating because now they have a whole new drive, biological drive. So nature assumes you're going to follow these urges and mate with somebody, and then, you know, you're going to procreate the species. Children come along. So you get older, they get older. You get older, they get older. Nature knows by the time you're 40 or 45 years old, soon your kids are going to be self-sufficient, and they don't need you anymore. So at that point, nature decides, I don't really need you around any longer. You've served the purpose on the planet. You've procreated the species just like others. I know it's hard to accept.
I know.
So built into your own DNA, into your genetic blueprints for life, are all these little time bombs that go off at predetermined points in time that set you up for decline, decay, degeneration, so that death will occur. People say, my body wouldn't do that to me. But it does.
Oh, it does, because it wants you off the planet so the young ones can.
So anti-aging research is all about this. It's knowing how to stay healthy for, you know, eating food and exercising, but it's also saying, what do those time bombs look like that lead to degeneration and decay? And are there natural things you could do to counter them at each point when you know that the bomb's going to go off? And that's really what I'm teaching people in my program, is saying, we know that after age 40, there's certain things you do. After age 45, you add. At age 55, you add, you stage them in, because that's when, just like menopause hits around 50, you know that's going to happen.
Okay,
So,
you know what? I'm going to interrupt you for just a second, because I think we're going to get started in such a way with these bombs and how to avoid them and the nutrients that I don't want to break that up.
Okay.
Let's take a quick break right now. When we come back, we'll keep talking about anti-aging. We'll take a look at supplements and how they can slow the aging of your body.